I'm Bob Benson, and this is the Jacob's Ladder quilt block. Very easy to make, and it's really pretty too. I'm going to kind of outline this for you. This finished quilt block measures 12 inches square, but it's made entirely of 5-inch squares. You know, those the charm packs and charms, those are 5 inches square. I just cut my own 5-inch squares to make this. Very simple though. You need basically two colors, although you can do more. I did a dark and a light just for demonstration because it's easier to see the pattern on the video like this. So you can see for the dark, I need to cut 2 of these, 5 inches square. On the light color, I need to cut 3 of these, 5 inches square. And for the white, I need 5 of those that are 5 inches square. If you've got that, then you've got the Jacob's Ladder quilt block. So how do we do these pieces? I'm gonna keep this up here just so you can see it. Well, first, you know a basic half square triangle, right? That's the dark blue with my white. I've put them face together. I draw my diagonal line. I sew 1/4 of an inch on both sides of that line. And then when I cut it in half and open it up, we've got that half square triangle, okay? So that's part of it. And notice each one of those makes 2 of these, so that's helpful. But how do you do this little square, this little 4 square? There's different ways to do that. I have a favorite way of my own. It may not be your favorite way, but I'm gonna take 2 of my 5-inch squares. I'm using red because I ran out of my blue material when I was making this. So same deal, but I'll use the red. Put the red fabric or whatever color and your white face together. And now you can see I have drawn a line right there. I'm going to draw a second line. I'm drawing this line at 1/4 inch in on both sides of this. Now, unlike the half square triangle where we sew on both sides of the line, not so with this. This time you're going to take this to the sewing machine and actually stitch on both of those lines, okay? So I've done that here, and you can see because if I put my fingers in there, see? I have stitched both of those. Now what comes next is interesting. I'm going to lay this out and I'm going to actually cut this for you. We're going to cut it in half and in half, just like a plus sign. Well, knowing that this is a 5-inch square, I know that 2.5 inches in is my halfway point. So that's one cut. And I'm going to move him back just a hair. And then 2.5 inches from this will be the other cut. So what you get then are 4 of these, right? And they're cute. You're going to open these up. I've got a few right here as a sample. You're going to open these up and press them. I've been pressing my seams open, although you can press to the dark side. It doesn't really matter. It's whichever one you like. So take these though and rotate them around and put them face to face. Match your seam in the middle. And then stitch 1/4 inch down. Now when you do that and you open it up, you get this. It's very simple. I mean, if you can do a half square triangle, you can certainly do this. So when you have all your cuts together, you're going to have 5 of these shapes and you actually lay them out. Kind of reminds me of a tic-tac-toe board. But make sure, I'm going to rotate these. I want them to match exactly. While it's correct what I just did, it's also correct this way. What's important for you to remember is that these little squares, the shape of these diamonds, they need to go in the same direction all across this quilt block. That's what makes the Jacob's Ladder. So my light blues are all going in this direction, see that? Then my dark blues, I kind of think as more like teeth coming together. So these two are going to meet like that. And then these two are going to meet like that. And then you just join these little units together, okay? Very simple. And then you've got the Jacob's Ladder quilt block. Very easy. I hope you'll like and subscribe to us and share us and do all that good stuff. And happy sewing.